Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, this is the video that just about every beauty blogger does. At the end of the year, I sat down and I pulled out my favorite beauty products of 2017, and one thing I noticed is that I really need to, switch it up in 2018. I feel like, especially if you've been a long-time viewer of mine, you could probably do this video for me. That's how predictable some of these products are, but I'm still going to show them to you, and I do have some honorable mentions to throw in here. So because I don't want this to be like a 30-minute long video, let me just get into it. So I'm basically just going to run through how you would apply these products onto your face, starting out with brows. Now my brow shape changed about 18,000 times this month, let alone this year, but one thing that stayed consistent is the brow pencil. This is pretty much what I use for a majority of the year. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the number 5. This is pretty much the only type of brow product that I like to use to fill in if it's not a powder that I'm going to use. I just realized a couple days ago that I've been telling you guys the wrong brow product, especially on Instagram, for a good amount of the year. For some reason, I was writing the Benefit Goof Proof. No, I tried that for the first time a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I absolutely hate brow products like that. Those waxy type of brow products, I don't like them whatsoever. They just make your brows look so harsh and unnatural. I feel like brow pencils like these give you the most, hair-like finish to your brows. Another one that I used a good amount of the year is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, but any pencil like that or this Precisely My Brow is what I prefer to use when filling in my brows. And brow powders as well. I am using one right now. This is my second time using it. It's the Black Opal Brow Shaper Kit, but I don't know how I feel about it just yet, so that's why, I'm just mentioning it, but it's not a favorite just yet. And as if, I haven't spoken enough on brows, what I use to outline my brows is usually a brow gel. I was using the ColourPop brow gel, which is a very affordable option, but the one that I've been using a lot lately, and I can say is a favorite, is this Bakerie BROWnies. Their names are so cute for all of their products, and this is in the shade dark brown. So this I just use to outline my brows, and then I will use a brow pencil or powder to fill them in. So next is eyeshadow, and it's just ironic to me because if you've seen the first yearly favorites that I did, which would have been for the year 2015, I guess, I said in that video that I don't really wear eyeshadow. I was a beginner. I still am a beginner. But it's just funny to me that now I'm about to show you these two palettes that were my favorites for the year 2017, and it's just like, not only did I go from not wearing eyeshadow, but I went to bam, right in your face, colorful eyeshadow. So the first palette that I have is the Juvias Place Masquerade palette. I don't think I did a look this year that didn't involve this palette. The eyeshadows from this company are amazing, and they're usually very bold eyeshadows. So here is that palette right there, and let me see if it's around here somewhere. Now this isn't a favorite eyeshadow palette. I've only used it once to begin with, and I just got it like a month ago, but just showing you another Juvias Place palette. This is the, what palette are you? That was the Magic palette. It's just, if you are someone who likes experimenting with color, who likes pigment, who likes, blendable eyeshadows, their eyeshadows are really great, and they really do inspire you to kind of, step out of the box a little bit, other than, the neutral brown, pink, gold eyeshadows that you're probably used to seeing. And the second palette that is my favorite of this year is the Sephora Pro Editorial palette. Now it's not the cheapest palette that I've tried this year. Actually, this might be the most expensive palette that I have purchased, but I feel like it's one of those palettes where when you get it, you don't really need much else. So, at least you can make do with it for quite a while. I try not to get the mirror here so it won't blind you, but this is what the inside of the palette looks like, and I just feel like you have just about every color you need. I guess a red might have helped to have in there, but you have just almost every color that you need in there. The fallout is crazy with this one, but they blend beautifully. The colors are amazing, and again, I do like color. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. I do like color eyeshadow and colored lips and stuff like that, so I will probably continue on with this whole, you know, experimenting with color thing. But, you know, I can also still get some natural looks with those two eyeshadow palettes as well. So they're versatile too. So I went to pull my favorite mascara and I realized a couple of things. You know, I think I am now fully addicted to false lashes. I'm almost always wearing them. And I also realized because of that, I really don't care about mascara. You know, I don't need, oh, it has to be this drugstore mascara. It has to be this high-end mascara, because I really feel like they're all gonna do pretty much the same thing and they all have the same time span. So I'm not gonna be out here purchasing, you know, a $56 Gucci, I don't know, Chanel mascara. That's not going to happen. Will I try, you know, a mascara from a mid-range? Yeah, you know, but it really doesn't matter. But I did find that there are two, if I run out of them, I can see myself repurchasing them. One being the Benefit They're Real mascara. You know, I feel like the name says it all for this. Especially if you're like me and you have non-existent lashes. Just this on its own, you know, no false lashes, no nothing like that. Your lashes really do come through with this. And the other is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. That one, I just feel like it gives your lashes a little bit more volume when you wear it. But still, you know, just get whatever mascara is around you. If I couldn't find this to do my makeup today, I literally would have used whatever mascara was in my reach. If I had to pull down and pick one out, it'd be this Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I would have used this and would have felt like there was no difference. Now, speaking of lashes, if you are a longtime viewer of mine, you know what lashes I'm about to say are my favorite lashes of 2017, because they were my favorite lashes of 2016, 15. They were my favorite lashes before they were even made. They are the Lily Lashes Miami. They are what I have on my eyes right now. I have backups for my backups for my backups. Now, I do switch it up sometimes. You know, I'll try out something else. Do I have any honorable mentions? No, because this is my favorite lash, just that's it. But I will switch it up from time to time. I'll try other Lily lashes, but I will always go back to these. When I do switch it up, you know, for a while and I don't wear them and I finally go back to them, that's when I start getting all the questions of what lashes are those, what lashes are those, and I'm like, they're Lily Lashes, fam. You should know. Come on. They're just amazing lashes, and I feel like this style just really suits my eye shape, so they will probably always be my favorite lashes. Now, for eyeliner, I kind of have the same stance that I do with mascara for liquid eyeliner. It really doesn't matter which one I use. I feel like, you know, for the most part, they'll all do the same. They're all black unless you're using, you know, a colored eyeliner. But for gel liner, my favorite is the Inglot's eyeliner gel in the number 77. This is just the nicest black that I've come across for gel liners. It's so creamy when you're putting it on. It'll just give you this really nice black wing liner, and if you put a liquid liner on top of it, you're good to go with your liner. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to smudge. It's not going to do any of that. So that favorite gel liner, hands down. So moving on to primer, this was a hard one for me to pick because I've tried several primers this year, and I'm still trying. I'm in between two primers as we speak right now, so I really didn't know which one I could say was my favorite, so I just went with the one I feel like I used the most, I guess, and one that I would certainly recommend for my oily skin out there or kind of problematic skin. It is the Kane & Austin Prime and Protect Mattifying Primer. This, it says it's a mattifying primer, and it does what it says. This will keep your face matte throughout the day. But also, I've mentioned it before, if you have redness or anything like that you're trying to, you know, conceal or just help control, this primer is great with that as well. Casey Holmes is a great example if you want to actually see it in person. She does have certain areas of her face that are quite red from rosacea, I believe. No, I think it's the first one. And every time she puts this on, it really does help controlling it so it doesn't show as much, which if you can control that before you even get to products like concealer or foundation, that's really great if you don't want it to show through. But this is a great primer. And another one that gets an honorable mention is the BECCA Velvet Blurring Primer. I feel like a lot of people were focusing on, you know, blurring and smoothing and just like that filter type of look to your face without using actual filters. And this primer does great with that, so it gets an honorable mention. Now, it's time for Miss Foundation Hunt to pick a favorite foundation of the year. It was actually kind of hard, not going to lie. I have a couple honorable mentions, but my favorite foundation of the year is definitely the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation. I've been wearing it in just about every single video and every time I wear makeup since I reviewed it in August, September. When did this launch? September. One of those. But I've pretty much been wearing it ever since then. I just love how this foundation wears. It looks beautiful in pictures. It's great for my oily skin. The only thing that I always mention with this is that the shade that I have dries down to a shade that's just a tad bit darker than your girl actually is, which is why I don't wear it alone. I didn't want to go see if 440 is a shade for me. If anything, you know, I would rather be a little bit too dark than too light. So I just mix it with other foundations. And I also feel like any foundation that you mix this foundation with, it just makes that foundation 10 times better. So those honorable mention foundations that I have. First is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now on its own, this would not be for me. This is not for oily skin. I don't think I've ever had a foundation react the way this one did when I came back at the end of the day. But it says luminous in the title, so I like there wasn't really much else that I could expect. I mean, I've tried some, you know, radiant dewy foundations that weren't, you know, this bad on their own, but this took it to a whole new level. But this with Fenty, you guys know, is what I've been wearing in pretty much every video in the last month. I love that combination together because I feel like together I still get that natural type of dewy-ish finish, but without looking like grease by the end of the day. The next foundation is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is the foundation that is why we have Foundation Hunt, because it was just, the color match was just that bad when I, you know, originally tried it. So earlier this year they released newer shades. I tried out the newest, darkest shade that they have, which is Cocoa, and they have even more shades coming with their collaboration with Jackie Aina in 2018. So I'm excited for that. You know, I want to see if I'll be able to have an even better shade match, you know, something that's a darker shade that I will definitely try out, because I will definitely be trying out one of the shades that they come out with. And the last foundation, which is a little bit more than an honorable mention, because this is my favorite foundation, hands down. Just on its own, I'll wear it. Mixed together, I'll wear it. If you ask me what my favorite foundation is of all time, it is this one. It is the BECCA Ultimate Coverage Foundation in the shade Sienna. There's not much that I have to say bad. Actually, I don't think I have anything bad to say about this. It might have its few, you know, little cons, but I like the wear, I like the color, I like the coverage, I like how it controls my oil. I'm just here for you, BECCA Ultimate Coverage. So it's time for concealer. I've tried several concealers this year. I did a concealer hunt weekend where I tried out 3 different concealers. In the last month, I've done 2 different product showdowns testing out 4 different concealers. And when I had to choose what my favorite concealer is, it is still the Tarte Shape Tape. And just recently, I started realizing just how many people do not like this concealer. Like the product showdowns, I realized after reading the comments that a lot of people don't like this concealer, which I was really shocked about. I swear on everything, like before that I had not heard that many people say they didn't like this concealer, but you know, maybe I was living under a rock. This is my favorite concealer of the year. The shade is one of the best undertones that I have found. I have mentioned that I prefer a more neutral, cool, golden undertone in my concealers. It's not drying for me underneath the eye. I do have a honorable mention concealer. It was what I was wearing for a good minute in the summer. It is the Black Opal Total Coverage Concealer in the shade Truly Topaz. It's what I have on my face today. You know, I figured I would show it some love, and instead of going with my Tarte Shape Tape, I would rock this one instead. It's extremely full coverage though. That's why I don't wear it that often. I mean, it's called total coverage and they weren't lying. This is full coverage, and it's so full coverage that sometimes it can get a little bit cakey. You know, if you go overboard and you're really heavy-handed, it can get really really cakey really quickly. That's why I don't wear it as often, but this is, I would say, the second concealer that I liked the most this year. Now imagine how shocked I was when I finally found a powder that could replace my Laura Mercier translucent when it comes to setting my under eye. Earlier this year I tested out the RCMA no color powder, and ever since then I gave away that Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I don't know what it was. Sometimes I felt like it would have just a little, you know, cast on my face, and with this I don't see that. There's no flashback, there's none of that. It's really finely made, and it's only $12. I've been using this pretty much all year because I did this video in January of 2017. This costs $12. I've been using it all year, and do you see how little of a dent I've actually made in this product? Like, I'm just so here for this powder. I have recently just been using the MAC and Patrick's powder to set my under eye. That is a very nice powder as well, but this is hands down my favorite one for setting my under eye. Now, I couldn't get rid of good old Laura that quickly. When it comes to setting my entire face, I still use her translucent setting powder, but this is the medium deep shade. However, recently I have been using a different powder to set my entire face, and I'm kind of digging it. It's what I have on my face right now. You guys might remember it from my Maybelline What's New with Maybelline video. It is the Maybelline, it's the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 40. If you remember in that video, I had tried it in dark 35. I think the number is 35. And I said I was going to get the next shade down, which is 40, to see how that worked when it comes to setting my entire face. And I really do like this one. It keeps my face matte, and also I feel like it's a colored setting powder, where the Laura translucent doesn't really do anything to the makeup that you have on your face, whereas the Maybelline one will add a little bit more color to your face. So, you know, sometimes I might need that, you know, might go a little overboard with the concealer and brightening my face, so that powder kind of, you know, brings the color back into my face. So I'm not sure, you know, maybe in 2018 it might knock Laura out completely. Maybe I'll go back to just Laura, who knows, but for now those are my two for setting my entire face. Alrighty then, only a few more products to go, and I'm going to try to speed it up because I am getting a headache. I think I tied my head wrap too tight, so yeah. The next thing that I have to talk about is actually really shocking to me. It might be shocking to some of you. It's actually a blush. I have a favorite blush to add in this video, which is surprising because for the longest time I have said I hated blush. You know, I think I explained in a video maybe on Twitter why I don't like blush. You know, I've had some embarrassing, traumatizing incidents that just made me think, you know, maybe it's not for me. But you know, this year I did branch out. I did try a couple. I have one that I'm going to add to this favorites, and you know, shout out to my girl Ivy for pushing me to try blushes. But it is the NARS liquid blush in the shade Dolce Vita. I like this because it's a good color blush for my skin tone. That's one of the reasons, you know, people in my skin tone or darker might shy away from blush a little bit, because a lot of blushes will have you out here looking crazy. And I like it's a liquid blush because I feel I can control it a little bit more with where I place it on my face. I actually have blush orders on the way, so you'll definitely be seeing more blush in 2018, but for now this is just my favorite one. Now, I don't know if it's just me, you know, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this, but am I the only one who feels like highlighting is kind of losing its touch with people, especially in the second half of the year? I feel like not that many people are going overboard with their concealer. I feel like when companies, or it's announced that companies are, you know, coming out with new highlighters, people are just like, really? Because yeah, I just need another golden highlight, you know, I need another green highlight. I mean, the Artist Couture and Jackie Aina collab definitely had, you know, us buzzing again for the last month and a half, but it's Aunt Jackie, you know, she could release Snow and we'd all be here like, yes, I'd definitely be purchasing it. And I was wearing La Peach in the last video that I just uploaded. But, you know, altogether, I feel like highlighting isn't as big as it was before. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I do have a favorite highlighter. It is the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold. It's got a whole bunch of my fingerprints in it because I don't know, I just don't know how to open this concealer. Every single time I open it, today included, I dig my finger into it. But I just love how this concealer, how this highlight looks. See, this is wrapped too tight, I'm telling you. I just like how this highlight looks on my face. Now this shade might be a little too dark for lighter skin tones, but they do have other shades in this highlight. The formula though, I feel like would just look great on all skin types. I almost forgot about contour. It's probably because I don't do it that much and I don't have that many options to choose from. You guys should know this is my favorite contouring palette for 2017. I'm pretty sure it was last year's favorite contouring palette too. It is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in the shade medium to dark, and this is the powder version. I do believe recently they came out with a cream version as well. I only use the pan meant for contouring. I pretty much hit pan and it was broken to begin with when I received it. So that's something in 2018. I'm gonna venture out, you know, try some other contouring type of products, so, you know, look forward to that. Next is lipstick, and I've done probably 12 lip swatching videos. I've swatched well over 100 lipsticks on my channel this year, so I wasn't gonna sit here and, you know, say this is my favorite color, this is my favorite color. If this is not your first video of mine, I feel like you guys know I usually go for some type of either matte nude brown lip or a glossy type of nude brown lip. I did do a video where I did my favorite lip combos of the year, so I will add that right here. Another favorite color of mine is red, and just recently I did my top 5 favorite reds, which I will also have appear right here. So I figured in this video I'll let you know what my favorite lipstick brand is because of their formula, and it is Dose of Colors. Here's Chocolate Wasted. I feel like, you know, you guys should know this was somehow going to be mentioned in this video. I wear this color all the time and I use it as a lip liner most of the time. It works great with other formulas. I'm just really impressed with Dose of Colors formula. I have 3 different shades from Dose of Colors on my lips right now. I just want to get more and more. I'm telling you, it's wrapped too tight on my head. I really can't. I need to finish this video. I really want to try more and more colors from them. So that is it for this video. Definitely let me know down below what some of your favorites are, especially contouring products, blushes, primers, because, you know, those I definitely need to just branch out a little bit, you know, introduce me to some new brands, some up-and-coming brands, small business brands, so I can shed some light on them on here on my channel in 2018. And that is pretty much it. So make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. It's been an amazing year. I really don't have words for just how awesome you guys have made 2017. And I will see you all in the new year. Bye.